Wee, what's going on YouTube? It's Donnie B all day. So I started this video earlier. Somebody asked me if I would redo the Wall of Knives video, and I did just do I did a reset up, and I'll explain that. But today I gotta tell you some cool things. Today was my birthday, right? 49 power packing years. So today was my birthday, and I went and got some new ink. All right, the Millennium Falcon. I don't know if you guys remember the scene from Star Wars when Vader was on Luke and he was about to get him, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere came Han Solo and spun out Darth Vader, and Luke got to save the day. So I ended up getting that tattoo today. I found out, my girl got me a few things, but she got me this thing. I'm not a big NASCAR guy. As a matter of fact, I'm not a NASCAR guy at all. I don't go to races. I'm not a race fan. Not even a big race fan. I'm not a race fan, but I love driving them, man. I love driving fast. So there's a good track out here in Connecticut, close to us. And so what she got me was 9 laps in a race car that I get to drive. So I'm pretty stoked about that. I can't sit around and watch the races, but hot damn, I'll drive them. So I thought that was a really cool day, man. Really cool day. So let's go over this. Hold on a second. All right, so as you can see, for those of you who know the rack, I had the knives standing up like this, right? But I ran out of room. It just took up too much space. And the only reason those are still like that is because for some reason they won't stick the other way. They just keep falling down. They're pretty heavy. But let's show you the rack. So basically these racks are, I got them at Harbor Freight. They're just magnetic tool racks that you can put in your garage and hang tools from, right? So you get all your wrenches. And I said, well, instead of wrenches, I'm going to use blades. Blades, and more blades. And I know there's some missing that I would normally be hanging up there. That will be back, and when they do come back, they'll get up there. But let's show you what's going on. This was my carry today. That little Kershaw, that was my pocket carry today. That little Kershaw right there was my carry. So when people say, do you really carry all your knives? You guys see all these big, beautiful knives, some really expensive ones and some really good ones. But today was all about that little guy. So let's check it out. This first rack here, and still has room for one more. These are just Kubis, right? Every single one of those is a Kubi knife, and they are freaking awesome. I wonder if I could turn the flashlight on. Hold on. Hey, well, that just made it easier. So the Kubi Collection, the Kubis run strong, man. These two are the same. These two right here. This one's backwards because it has a titanium frame, and titanium is not magnetic, so it has to be held up by the blade. This one fits in the same boat where it has to be turned around. You'll see some that are hanging different. Some are oddly shaped, like these have spines that are curved, so they don't stick very well, and there's not a lot of steel in the rear because they are skeletonized and deep set inside of the scales, which is awesome, and that's why those are that. So just a couple explanations of why things are why. So these are my Kubis. Of all of my Kubis, I definitely carry these two the most, my Novas, and I carry these guys a lot right here, the red, white, and blue, and this one right here I carry a bunch. This one I do carry a lot, but not as much as the Novas. The Novas are just amazing. So we come over here, and there's 4 Essies. I got 3 Avispas and 1 Zancudo right there. All just great freaking knives. Past that, we have some CRKTs, and this one right here is the Bantam. That knife, man, if you ever get a chance to get one, get one. It's amazing. You got the little M16 there, the Fossil, which is one of my regular carries, and then this one whose name I forget. It's pretty funky. It has a funky lock, but I do actually carry it every now and then. Of my 2 Spydercos there is the Tenacious and the one whose name, Resilience, I think it's called, the big one. The Resilience I carry way more than the Tenacious, just because it fits my hand a little better. Same thing with the cut jacks. This is steel wheel cut jacks, and then there's the Plague Doctor. But the larger cut jack I carry a lot. Every now and then I'll throw, especially as a secondary knife, I'll put the smaller cut jack in my pocket and call it a day with that. And obviously the Plague Doctor, I just carried that the other day. This one I just carried the other day as well. This is the Gerber, yes, it's called, I can't remember. And then that one right there is a QSP. I believe that is the Snipe. So those are the top rows right there. That doesn't mean the best knives. That just means like it's because where I put them. So these first three right here are all, what's it called? Tactical, blah, 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 blah. Tactical gears. Like tactical awareness. That's not the name. So these three are tactical gears. All great knives. This is the first tactical gears knife I got and one of my first ever knife reviews. That knife is still going strong. It's amazing. These three right here are super freaking rare. Those are MODs, and MOD ended up selling to another company who makes the MODs, and it's like, I don't know who, I can't remember who. Let's just use the word Fox, but Fox MOD, right? So another company is doing the MODs. These are all three original MODs, and they are awesome. These are pretty valuable. A lot of people want those. These two guys right here are both Smith & Wessons. This assisted out the front is a Schrade. It even has D-Bad right there on it. And then we get into a couple Ontarios right here, followed up by a couple Bucks right here. And then the Honey Pot. Thank you from Ken, the Backyard Knife Guy, through Scab over at Choir Boys with a Z Cutlery. I carry this one a ton. I love that freaking knife, man. So now we're going to get into some off grids, and you'll notice there's a spot missing, and it's because old Scabber has one of my off grids now, and it will be going over to Thrasher's Garage to see next. But man, that there's just something about that Damascus by Off Grid is sick. This one I carry a lot. That's the new Stinger XL. It's awesome. This one I just had in video the other day because I was carrying it, and this one the day before, as a matter of fact. This one is one of my favorite knives, a Scorpion V2. And this one right here, this Off Grid, is the only Off Grid folder so far that I have completely trashed because I hate that knife, which is crazy because these, the rest of them, I carry all the time. That little guy right there, I cannot stand it. But after that one, you have a bunch of Kershaw. And obviously I carry these because I just have one in my pocket. And this one right here is one of my favorites. I think it's called the Barge. I'm not sure. But it has a pry bar on it that actually works. It's really good. So after the Kershaw, a lot of people don't get it. But these two right here, those two are both Frost Cutlery. This one is the Sling Blade, which is a really good knife. It's D2 steel, G10 scales. It's not your grandfather's Frost Cutlery blade. This one, however, is. It's just one of those cheap Frost blades, but this thing is a freaking workhorse. Outside of that, you have a Sarge blade, right? So now coming down, we have some cold steel stuff. Everybody knows the Formax because it is, forget it, awesome. And then you have just a bunch of others, even the cheap Kudu. I actually use that outside. The only one I don't really use except for throwing it is that one, the extra large Chris. It sucks. The extra large Espada, however, does not suck. That thing is amazing. Let's see. After the Range Boss there, we have two Higo no Kami blades, which are sweet. Right there is the Combat Trudon by Microtech. And then it's followed by 4 stilettos, which are really fun to play with. Outside of that, speaking of fun to play with, are 2 butterfly knives. Then we have a couple of 4 actually K-bar blades, followed by some Sfjord and the greatest pocket knife of all time, maybe the Swiss Champ by Victorinox. Down here we have some Opinels, followed by some Case, and there's a couple other brands in there, but just classic knives. Even this little Swiss guy right here, and then my Hobo knife, which is awesome. And then here's the Joker. That was actually a movie prop in one of the Batman movies. Very, very cool. So then you already seen, I have a bunch of Trapper Hunters, followed by a Bird, which is kind of a cheap piece of crap, but it works. And this the Big Chief is a gas station knife that I bought that I use all the time. It's freaking awesome. And then this one is a cool little knife made by, oh, Rough Rider, that's what it is. And so now that I did that, I have room right here. And it's not that I don't have knives for it, because I have this whole bin right here where I can put knives on, but those I really don't carry. But I do have one, my mag blade, that Scab has right now. That'll go down there when it comes back. But this is my updated wall of knives, and I was asked by a couple people to film it and show what's going on up there. So that is it right there, man. These things are, those magnetic strips are just awesome for knives. They work perfectly, as you can see. And that's it. So I am done for tonight. I am Donnie B all day. Until next video.